Last year, I got invited to Richard Branson's costume party on his private island down in the Caribbean, Necker Island. And I showed up to that party dressed as a giant yellow fortune cookie. That sounds ridiculous, right? But actually, that one moment became the most powerful move, probably of my entire networking career. So in this video, I'm going to share the story, why it worked, and why this one bold move that I was almost too scared to do actually ended up changing everything. So first off, how the heck did I find myself on Necker Island? I actually got invited to apply for a young entrepreneurs mastermind, specifically for entrepreneurs creating huge impact in the world. And this mastermind was associated and affiliated with Richard Branson. And so I actually ended up getting a scholarship to join the mastermind. And as part of that, we were able to go and spend a day with Richard Branson on Necker Island. And it was him, as well as about 100 8- and 9-figure impact-based entrepreneurs who were all kind of doing their own mastermind. And we were invited to go, to join, to learn from them for that day. So right off the bat, amazing opportunity. And I knew that I would get to learn not just from Richard, but from these other incredible entrepreneurs and mentors who were on that island that I wanted to connect with, that I wanted to learn from. So heading into it, I knew that I wanted to make a statement. I wanted to get on people's radar and figure out a way to be so memorable and to quickly build authentic relationships, because I knew that I only had this one day to make an impression. Okay, scene is set. So the day that we were coming, they were going to have a beach party. And the theme for the beach party was thank your lucky stars. It was all around like luck-based symbology. And so when I got there, there were all these people dressed up as like these like sexy goddesses and like sexy leprechauns, and everybody had their glitter on and they looked fantastic. And I walk up and I am wearing this giant yellow fortune cookie. Like I was huge. I was Katie Heron from Mean Girls, who is dressing up as the least sexy thing that you can imagine, surrounded by all of these people looking their absolute best, which is hilarious and a standout, but wasn't actually what did the trick. Here's what I did. Before the event, I looked up everyone who is going to be at this party. And for every single person, I created a custom fortune. So think like a fortune cookie, that little paper inside. I made a custom fortune for every single person on the party. And then if you turned over the fortune, there was a QR code. And the QR code took them to a custom Loom video that I made for every single person at the party, saying how much I enjoyed meeting them, how I was excited to connect further, and giving them a clear next action step that we could take together to hop on a call and get to know each other better. So keep in mind, there were almost like 100 people at this party. Building these fortunes and recording these videos took a full weekend. And then I took the fortunes, I made these little origami fortune cookies, I put the fortunes inside. And when I got to the party, I knew who everybody was. And I spent the party going around giving out these fortunes, and people loved it. And I had an absolute blast just being as silly and playful and creative as I could, bringing this idea to life. And I think that's the very first lesson that I pulled from this, which is that while it was calculated and it was strategic, more than that, it was authentic. Authentically, I am a silly, creative, playful person. I love to have fun. I don't take myself too seriously. And so my networking strategy embodied that. And I think this is the greatest lesson I've pulled from entrepreneurship and from leadership, which is that at the end of the day, your largest asset is yourself, your true, authentic self. I know this is absolutely true within leadership. Like if you want to build the highest performance leadership team that you can, and you want to build the best team and best culture that you can, it requires authenticity. And it requires holding our people to exceptionally high standards. Quick side note, this is actually so important that we've built an entire tool to help our clients and the founders that we work with do exactly this. I call it the A-Player Command Center. And this one tool is going to help you level up every single person on your team and then be able to track and measure their performance on a single dashboard so that you are able to set and hold your team accountable to the highest standards of performance and productivity and profit. And again, armed by this tool and that data, you're able to do so authentically. So if you want that, the link is actually in the description. It's entirely free. It's so powerful that we're just giving it away to help founders and help entrepreneurs level up their team. So if you want that, the A Player Command Center, grab that link in the description. It is a free gift. It is all yours. Because again, you're gonna unlock the most success when it's a combination of structure and planning combined with true authenticity, which is really what I brought with this fortune cookie idea, is that weeks in advance, I was planning for this and I knew exactly how I was going to connect and make a statement. And yet the way I chose to do that was entirely and authentically me. I'm a silly, playful person. I love dressing up and making huge costumes. I don't take myself that seriously, and I have no problem showing up as a giant yellow fortune cookie. And so when that was the authenticity from which I introduced myself, the people at the party who really resonated with that, the people who were also playful and also didn't take themselves too seriously and loved giant silly costumes, those were the people that absolutely loved and resonated with what I had created. And so that authenticity ended up becoming a magnet, where my type of people were the people that I connected with, were the people that I formed true relationships with, were the people that went on to become friends and mentors and incredibly value-add relationships. And to be clear, that wasn't everyone. Not everyone at the party got it. Not everyone at the party loved it. Some people laughed, said thank you, moved on, and I've never talked to them again. And you know what? That's entirely okay, because those probably aren't my people. Those probably aren't the people that I would have gone on to build the most value-add relationships with anyway. But my people, the people who were core values aligned and that I could build a deep relationship with, we were able to find each other because I showed up from a place of absolute authenticity with myself. And that is a lesson that has stuck with me. Because if you've ever been to a networking event, not only is it really hard to stand out and differentiate yourself, it's nearly impossible to build true, authentic, deep relationships when it's just a sea of sameness, where you're just having the same boring conversation over and over and over again. And so my invite to you is that if you want to differentiate, if you want to stand out, that can look like doing something big and bold and ridiculous, but really the true differentiator is you. It is what is unique and special and cool about you. And if you can find a way to capture that and show up as that, then the people who fuck with you, the people who are your people and like what you are all about, and those are the people that go on to become referrals and collaborators and clients. Showing up as you is the greatest attraction marketing hack that is out there. So there you have it. My permission slip to be playful, be creative, be bold, be yourself, and trust that that is actually the sharpest, most critical strategic move that you could possibly make. What I really think of it as is leverage. You are leveraging yourself, you are leveraging who you authentically are to produce huge outsized results within your business. And that principle goes so far beyond networking. It covers everything in terms of how you show up in your business, how you use your time, how you leverage yourself. How you leverage yourself is the ultimate hack to unlocking growth and success. And so I've actually built an entire video around how to do exactly that. You should see it pop up right here. I call it how to get more done in 30 days than most people get done in a year, all through the power of leverage. And in that video, I break down how to optimize your time, your energy, your team to produce the highest output results from exactly who you are and how you show up. So you can check that out right here. I will see you over there. And who knows, maybe I'll see you on an island party dressed as a giant fortune cookie one day. Until then,